Well guys, I'm going to try to keep this brief. My throat is killing me. I'm still under the weather, but I needed to make this video for, to be out Monday morning because this is big news and I don't want to miss out on it. So, just to kind of do the TLDR on all this, we had this whole situation where PlayStation came out and said, you're going to have to make a PlayStation account if you bought Helldivers 2 through Steam. A lot of people said, screw that. Why would I need to make a PlayStation Sony account? I bought it through Steam. I should just be able to play it through Steam. And of course, the backlash has been insane. So community managers have come out saying, if you're in a country that doesn't have PlayStation Network access, you don't have to make a PlayStation account. Because a lot of what you see now is over 150 regions that have been affected by this, where people have bought the game, but they are in an area that PlayStation does not offer their network services. So a massive amount of countries, and again, maybe it's small countries, places like Afghanistan, where I'll never end up going. I'll probably never visit Egypt or whatever. But that doesn't mean it's not important, So we've seen people point out that Sony PlayStation has done with Helldivers is a perfect example of short-term thinking. Besides, Nintendo consoles will not be around in 15 years' time, so when Sony is forced to transition over to PC, gamers are going to remember this incident and not trust them. And it's probably a very valid point. A lot of people are already suspicious of Sony and the actions they've taken in the last few years alone. So we had the CEO of Helldivers, of Arrowhead Studio, coming out saying that it deeply saddens him that Helldivers 1 is now being review bombed because of Helldivers 2. And again, Helldivers 1 is not a Sony game, so you didn't have to make a Sony account to play it, but people are review bombing Helldivers 1 nonetheless because they're trying to make the message get across that, hey, we are not putting up with this crap. So the CEO elaborated and said that we signed Helldivers 2 8 years ago. It didn't specify the details such as account linking. There are always requirements from publishers during development, and this was one of them. We discussed it. We deemed it was important for PlayStation to have their accounts for the online title, and we implemented it a couple months before release. Now we're finding out that a lot of the reason for this is just so Sony has control over who they can ban, how they ban them, all that, usual Big Brother type stuff. When servers exploded, quick decisions had to be made, such as turning off linking and Galactic War stats so that we could take the load off the servers. And again, if you do recall, when this game launched, the servers were a bogged down mess for a lot of people. But it gets worse because the CEO actually admitted to somebody who asked about what do they do because the network isn't supported in their country, and he responded, I don't know. This is bad, okay? I am not blaming Arrowhead Studios. I'm not blaming the CEO. But Hypnotic's like, bro, imagine being the CEO of a company that took your money willingly when you asked by your customer, what do I do now? And then you say, I don't know. Yeah, this guy, honestly, he needs to stay off Twitter for a while. He has just been basically unintentionally fanning the flames and making things worse by not having answers. Grums also points out before that we have this community management team, the people behind the Discord server, the Twitter account for Arrowhead Studios, basically admitting that all they want is for Sony to have the ability to ban people. And we've already seen this a month ago from this article on that Park Place talking about how this community manager was saying the game's pretty woke and how all they were doing was in the Discord server was banning individuals that they deemed to be bigots, transphobes, homophobes, racists, all this stuff. We've seen some pretty unhinged people, Catherine Baskin here being the person we're talking about specifically, from their social media teams at Arrowhead. Now today we have another moderator, Purple Squidgen, falsely proclaiming that Grums has sexually assaulted many people. Okay? Then of course we even have them saying, anyone here who is a Grums fan, please out yourself so I can help you out the door. So they're honestly saying, hey, if you're a fan of Grums, we're going to ban you from our Discord server. Meme Bastard points out that Helldivers 2 has basically the developers watching Sony destroy 7 years of work and months of critical success under one day. And it's like, yeah, what else can you do but laugh and just watch the dumpster fire? It's like, this is your last 7 years of work, and all of a sudden Sony has to get involved, and it just makes everything like hit the fan. It's unbelievable how horribly negative the situation has turned for a game that was viewed so positively. But you have people trying to say that this is an attack on PlayStation. Basically, what you've seen the last few days is the Sony Shills coming out. And look, I used to be an Xbox fanboy. I used to think it was like Xbox, then Nintendo, and then PlayStation was dirt, right? I've changed my way of thinking. I have a PC, I have an Xbox, I have a Nintendo. I only don't own a PlayStation 5 because I don't really see a point in buying it. Because I have a computer, my kids have a computer, so I can buy computer games. It's not that I have some deep-seated hatred for the console itself. I'm not a fan of Sony, but Microsoft sucks too. So let's just be perfectly clear about that. But you got the Sony Shills here saying, I gotta give it to Nintendo. They're sitting back looking at this whole Helldivers 2 PC joke and saying to themselves, this is why you don't F with PC. FPC. Like, that's what their view is. If you're a PC gamer, you're dirt, you're scum. This guy here, obviously another Sony shill, saying these angry Karens are now review bombing God of War. I'm sure that will convince Sony to bring more games to PC so that you neckbeards can review bomb them some more. This is why I don't associate with PC Master Race weirdos, even though I've been a PC gamer for 32 years. Yeah, press X to doubt on that one. Another account pointing out that this guy xCloud Timdog, who was a previous Xbox fanboy, has moved to PlayStation, going, the only console brand that treats its customers like royalty, PlayStation. Royalty. Savvy Artist says the only royalty treatment given out is to upper management in Sony California, which is 100% true. People also like to, gaslight and try to point out that, look at this, you have to have a Xbox or you have to have a Microsoft username to use Windows, to which they got community noted and it says you can actually use Windows without a Microsoft account. They tried doing the same thing with Minecraft too, as you'll see in a second. This guy here, Sticks is Stoned, saying, I have said it before and I will say it again. PC players are not part of the gaming community. They're a series of independent contractors, whatever the hell that means. Then you got this guy saying all the PC mustard race port bakers are whining and crying they got to link up a PSN account, but they're totally fine with Origin, Steam, Microsoft, Ubisoft, ABK app, Battle.net, Epic, Discord, Xbox Live. You clowns are lucky you aren't being forced to pay for PlayStation Plus as well. First off, I think paying for Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus is a ripoff. At least Nintendo Online is like $20 a year. Both these other services suck. Furthermore, back when it was Origin, we had to use Origin and EA, and then you have Game Pass, which has EA accessible, but you have to have the EA launcher as well. I hate all of it. I've been complaining about all of it for months, if not years. It just is right now hitting the fan because the fact that Sony and Arrowhead retroactively said, okay, that thing that we waived, now you got to sign up for it, and people are saying, no, enough is enough. It has to start somewhere. People who want to play Minecraft are required to register a Microsoft account, Yeah, fact check, false. Again, community notes pointing out here that you actually don't have to have a Microsoft account to play Minecraft on Switch or PlayStation consoles. This person here is basically cheering for PC gamers to not have the opportunity to play PlayStation games moving forward. Says, go ahead, this would make PlayStation just quit PC. This is actually great news. And I don't understand what it is with this whole Sony simp PlayStation fanboy mentality where you want to deprive PC gamers of playing your games. Like, what's the joy that you get from forcing somebody to buy a PlayStation? Are you getting a cut of that money? You're sitting at home playing your PlayStation. What do you care if somebody's playing on computer or on a console? PC gamers in the Helldivers 2 situation got me thinking, poor baby's been crying for 3 straight days and counting. Again, if you're a PC gamer in a country that's got this issue with your Steam account, the game you bought, not being able to sign up for a Sony account, not wanting to sign up for a Sony account, you're just a whining, crying baby, according to these people. Then you got these really cringe TikTok videos.
Okay, time to play some Halo. Hey, Microsoft here. You're gonna need an Xbox account to play Halo. Sure, that's no big deal. I'll go ahead and make an account real quick. Also, I think I'm gonna download Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hey, Rockstar here. You're actually gonna need to make a Rockstar account to play Red Dead 2 as well.
That's fine. As long as I can play Red Dead Redemption 2, I am happy. I'm also thinking about playing some Helldivers 2 as well. Hey, Sony here.
Oh, no, you don't, PlayStation. How dare you?
Yeah, I'm going to spare you guys any more of that video is pure cringe. But, someone's like, hey, okay, what's your take on this, PC players? And Quarter Black Garrett says, force third-party account link, just make the account. AAA busted games on launch, just pay full price. Loot boxes, just ignore them. DRM, who cares? Games deleted from libraries, you didn't own them anyway. Getting 25% of a game at full price and waiting for the rest in the DLC, just buy the DLC. It's all the same energy, 100%. Like I said, it's not just about Sony, it's not just about another launcher, it has to start somewhere, and people are saying enough is enough. But good news, after all of this, after everything has been said and done, despite the attacking of PC gamers and people who are fed up with this crap by all the Sony shills and all the fanboys out there, PlayStation came out about an hour ago, an hour and 15 minutes ago, and said, Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. We're still learning what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. People are asking, are they actually learning? Thank you for listening to consumers on this. Hopefully we can talk about censorship next. This guy here says you're still learning all right, and he's got the screenshot of Stellar Blade with the censored outfits and all that. You've been awarded one, yikes. I love it. So luckily, PlayStation Sony has listened and said, you know what? This is going to be way too detrimental. If we actually force this to happen, it's going to destroy our game. It's going to put an even bigger smear on our reputation, which is already badly tarnished as it is. Again, I'm not a Sony hater, but I don't like any of these major corporations, and I don't trust any of them with my data. Unfortunately, a lot of them all have it already, so it is what it is. But this is a big W. It's forcing these big companies to learn we have the power as consumers, and if we say enough is enough, you guys need to fix this and figure out another way to do business with us, because we're not going to put up with it anymore. And this is fantastic news. I am glad to see that Sony is backing down. I don't know if it's going to be forever. It could just be a temporary thing. We'll keep our eyes on this. Share your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kick for my gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.